playoff. Let's go. Pick it up. Lovely football here by the White Eagles. It's a shot and it's tipped over the crossbar. Beautiful. Test 1, 2, 3. We are here at Blacktown. Promotion relegation. First leg coming your way. Let's go. Lovely build-up play. It's a beautiful 1-2. They're in on goal, and it's been tipped over the bar. Can you believe it? Happy with that? Cool. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We are here at Blacktown for the first leg of the promotion relegation playoff. No, it's not. Good evening and welcome to this promotion and relegation playoff where at the end of 2 legs, regardless of the result, we will see history this time next week on Saturday night because the home team, Prospect United, no pun intended, have the prospect of being promoted to the 2nd tier of the New South Wales NPL for the first time in their history. And by contrast, the great Bonnyrigg White Eagles face the possibility of being relegated to Tier 3 for the first time in their illustrious trophy-filled history. First leg about to get underway here at Blacktown under lights. And can I just say, a lot of the fans are sat camera side. The fans are filling in though. Plenty of Bonnyrigg fans have made the trip to Blacktown and some locals from Prospect as well for this late kickoff here. First leg of 2 to decide who will play in League 1 next season. My name is Adamo Denegris and I am so thrilled to be with you tonight because this is football in its purest form. Promotion, relegation, the ecstasy and joy of promotion versus the agony of relegation. That is what Bonnyrigg are looking to avoid, I beg your pardon. Prospect finished 2nd behind Hurstville Zagreb, our runaway winners in League 2, looking to put the cherry on top of this fairy tale season that they've had. Teams take those Champions League-esque photos. It feels like a Champions League night here on a Saturday. Plenty at stake. Bonnyrigg, new team after the transfer deadline, made a charge towards safety. They managed to avoid automatic relegation, ended up here in this promotion relegation playoff. We will see history at the end of these 2 legs. Will it be Bonnyrigg being dropped to Tier 3 for the first time in their history, and Prospect the chance to go up to Tier 2 for the first time in their history? It is the great Bonnyrigg White Eagles in all white to get us underway. First leg of 2 in this promotion relegation playoff. Bonnyrigg, a new team, undoubtedly after the transfer deadline, was staring down the barrel of automatic relegation as Prospect now look for a way out of their half. But they finished strong, 4 wins in their last 5 with plenty of drama, and those new signings made all the difference in the end. Players like Fumoto Kamada, Josh Simmons at the back, Nabil Garang, Roberts and co. As we see a little bit of early GST trying to get applied to the end of this throw, which they eventually take, and it's Cavallero looking to turn, and he's met by the Bonnyrigg brick wall, Josh Simmons, and I feel like that is going to be a familiar sight over these next 2 legs, particularly if Bonnyrigg are to escape the drop. You have a feeling Josh Simmons is going to have a huge influence on it like he did. Nice interception there. Here he is. Prospect now, seems cruel that you can finish 2nd and not get promoted. But that is the brutality of football. There's an early cross here and just a little heat checker there, and it falls to Hirose, and touch just got away from him there. And an early foul here. Referee Rowan Fisher gets the whistle warm. It's a little bit of a chilly one. We've had some beautiful spring weather in Sydney, but a bit of a cold wind. It's a bit icy up here in the commentary box. Nothing icy, though, about these 2 teams' finish to the season. Prospect ended up doing it the hard way. They only needed 1 win in their last 3 games to finish second. They ended up leaving it until the very last game and ended up beating Bankstown. It looked comfortable in the end. They won 5-2, but they were down 2-1 with 30 minutes to go. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because South Coast Flame ended up losing. So they ended up not needing the 3 points, which they got anyway, and that has brought them into this promotion relegation playoff. The head full of steam as they look to do what's been done on the two previous Pro-Rel playoffs, and that's the League 2 team beating the League 1 team. Nepean did it in 2023 against Mounties, and then in 2024, Mounties returned the favour, beating Nepean. So no Mounties or Nepean in this one, but of course Mounties finishing one spot below Bonnyrigg in that automatic relegation spot. A little bit of room here for them to drive. Patient build-up play here from Bonnyrigg. Cross floated in. It's an absolutely beautiful one and just not getting clean contact, but a warning shot there. It was a delightful ball. Garang, one of a host of mid-season signings which changed Bonnyrigg's fortunes. Early warning shot there by the away team. Beautiful ball, just Garang, the ex-Mount Druitt Town Ranger, unable to get clean contact on that one, but good start here from Bonnyrigg. Well supported. Don't know if you guys can see, maybe camera lens isn't wide enough, but Bonnyrigg fans flanking both goal ends. Nice little back heel. Hirose now with a chance to break and an early heat check there, and veteran Turnbull, who's seen it all. Comfortable save. Chance now here for Prospect. Very keen to see what this promotion relegation playoff looks like over two legs. Will we see the League 2 side naturally sit back, absorb pressure, try and hit Bonnyrigg on the counter? Bonnyrigg defence, which particularly when they were going on that brutal winless run, conceded a lot of goals. Prospect, by contrast, were very good defensively this season. And a foul here and a let-off for Bonnyrigg. Bonnyrigg went round 6 to round 25 without a win, which is absolutely crazy. They looked gone. A lot of people had written them off, but new signings, including this one here that ball was intended for, Garang, flipped their fortunes. There were some draws in that winless run, but that run in the last 5 games of the season, 4 wins, 1 draw, ended up being the difference. And it was the way they picked up those points. Even a point against Canterbury, last minute equaliser, and then this one is seen out. Last minute winner against Rydalmere, and then coming from behind, final game of the season. It was a season full of drama for this great football club, who I'm sure one day will rise again. At the moment, though, they have to starve off possibility of being dropped to the 3rd tier for the first time in their history. They do welcome back their top goal scorer, Daniel Bitter, which is great news for the White Eagles. He leads them in goals and assists his last few games of the season, so he is a huge inclusion to join Garang up front. Up front is where that throw is hurled forward. And then sent away. Simmons once again. Now a chance here for Prospect. Lovely overlapping run. They get the ball back here. Chance to shoot. And they get the opening goal. The League Two side take the lead against the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. Beautiful. Finish into the court, curled into the corner of the net, and the home crowd loves it. Prospect 1, Bonnyrigg 0. What a start. Prospect now. Bonnyrigg, like they've done a lot in the last 5 weeks of the season, going to have to come from behind here. Still plenty of football to be played, across 2 legs, of course, but it's Bonnyrigg who are behind. Cross whipped in and sent away. And beautiful work there to avoid the corner as well. Great sight to see the fans there behind the goal, making plenty of noise. Bonnyrigg, such a well-supported club. Great history. Treble winners back in 1992. And of course, long cannon of a throw once again. And they're away, going to have take 2 here. Take 2 for the Delap-esque throw. Bonnyrigg looking for a way back into the game. It's another beautiful throw. Bit of hang time on that one. Allowed players to get up, but Prospect hold on. Beautiful ball. Manages to find Bitter. Looking for a way through. Strong header away. Danger not dealt with yet. Lovely feet. And then that final pass just slightly behind Bitter, and he put his arm up straight away. Bonnyrigg remaining patient. And that one is sent out for a throw. Oh, lovely. Tell you what, it was a miss hit, but it almost ended up perfect there. It was almost a scorpion kick attempt, and it definitely looked like a miss hit, but nearly ended up coming off there for Garang, who looks dangerous, and it's going to be a chance here for Bitter, who's been the provider and scorer of plenty of goals for Bonnyrigg as they look for a way back into this game. Floated in. It's another good ball, and attempting to flick it on. Now a chance here to break. They bring it down to Volchik. Simmons does well to hold it up and then tries the outside of the boot. Simmons sitting in that number 6 role, it looks like, and it's a foul. And home fans, when they walked into this stadium today, they couldn't have dreamt of a better start than this one. Top goal scorer Praneet Singh winning the foul there. Early goal. To Prospect has Bonnyrigg now facing the prospect, no pun intended, of going down to the 3rd tier. They're going to have to come from behind today. Of course, in the other promotion relegation playoff, we saw a 2-2 draw in the top tier, and SD Raiders, Mariners and Raiders. Looks like a good avenue down that left-hand side for Prospect. They look dangerous and tussling there, but it's not going out for a goal kick. Turnbull gets us back underway. Is it out wide to Volchik? There's Bitter in front of him. Here is Croskery, another one of those mid-season signings which kick-started this season. They're going to need to reignite this game. Floated in towards Garang. Header away once again. Well dealt with. And each header away and block is just drawing a well-deserved roar from the home fans. Growing with confidence each time they repel the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. They go long. Garang holds it up and wins the foul. Lovely work there. And the Bonnyrigg striker wins his team a free kick in a beautiful position here and a chance for Bonnyrigg to get back into this game. Seen a great goal, which gave Prospect the lead. Can Bonnyrigg hit back with a set piece that would be even better? White Eagles look to respond. It's curling. It is an absolute screamer. What a response from the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. The first goal was good. That goal was even better. Well, what a goal. And what a start we've seen to this game. The first goal was great. That second goal was even better. Kegolaso 1-1 here. Moto Kamada. Bonnyrigg hit back. They go long this time. Lovely touch there from the goal scorer. And Cavallero does well to press. One here in this promotion relegation playoff. Ball floated in. It's a great ball, and Turnbull does well. Bonnyrigg now sat Will. That will not only just settle the nerves, but then that'll spike jubilation. The absolute scenes. How do Prospect respond now? Good spell this from Bonnyrigg. Kamada take the throw. And looking to turn and turning into traffic was Cerecedo. Strong tackle there. Those Bonnyrigg fans, I tell you what, that is a moment that is going to get clipped up and I'm sure published all over the New South Wales socials. The scenes when there's no better sight in football than a crossbar. Underside of the crossbar getting hit. And then the ball going in. Beautiful stuff. And that ball dealt with there by Prospect, but then the pass gives it away, and here's Simmons pulling the strings in the middle of the park. He looks like he's drifted now back to centre-back position. Looking for the switch that time and finding it. Beautiful stuff there. And Jancy now just trying to get through a sea of bodies there. And he may have just talked his way into the book. He has. And there's a player down here for Prospect, so chance just to catch our breaths because, wow, what a start to the game we've seen. You can tell there's history on the line here. "17 minutes gone. Give or take. Apologies if I'm not spot on with the time. I'm actually parked up on top of the scoreboard. 1 goal each and 2 beautiful goals. Moto Kamada's free kick. Bonnyrigg back into the game after they went 1-0 down early. Still down here for Prospect. It's a cruel blow to start the game. Hush has just descended here on Blacktown. They're just joining us now. Prospect took the lead early with really their first foray into their attacking third. Lovely. Bit of build-up players. The sea of players has opened up a little bit as I try and get a glimpse of what's going on. It's been a lengthy stoppage. And it's the goal scorer as well. This would be a huge blow for Prospect. And the trainer signals to the bench to make the change. So that is a real cruel blow for Prospect, losing one of their main men, the goal scorer. So plenty of drama, and if you're just joining us now, plenty for you guys to catch up with at home. Prospect took the lead. It was Idahen's goal, and then Bonnyrigg were pushing, sending lots of balls. Garang was the target into the box, and then it was a free kick won by Garang and curled into the top corner beautifully by Kamada. Scored some big goals. That last-minute winner at home 2 weeks ago against Rydalmere, but none bigger. And the one which keeps their survival hopes alive and gets them back into this game. Tussling here with Koskari, and you look at Bonnyrigg pre and post the transfer deadline. It's really two different teams. A host of mid-season signings. Cooper Koskari was one of them. None bigger than the duo. This man heading the ball here, Josh Simmons, made the move over from Apia. I was told he lives around here to be closer to home and play more regular first-team football. He'd stopped starting regularly for Franco Parisi's team and sort of moved closer to home, more game time, and it's become a focal point of this Bonnyrigg fight back. And this man here, Kamada, making the move over from St. George City. Lovely ball once again, and Garang leaped up. Just caught the top of his head there, and he looks a threat aerially. Garang, another one of those mid-season signings. And if you're just joining us, Idahan is the goal scorer. Beautiful. Bonnyrigg Jr. as well. Scoring against his former club to give them the lead, but then coming off injured for Prospect. And Kamada's free kick. 2 great goals for this great game of football, as now it's Bonnyrigg who give away a foul. It's another ex-Bonnyrigg player, Marcus Lukadunos, who's come on to replace another ex-Bonnyrigg player. So, it's just subplots all over this game. As it stands, though, Bonnyrigg, 10 years ago, they were winners in the top tier of this state. Now, looking to avoid the drop to the 3rd tiers. Here's Hirose. Near time there for Vlakos. Switch it out to his left back. Lovely press there. Forces the error from Garang, and heavy challenge, disputing which way the throw went, and the referee points in Prospect's favour. Great first half here. If you're a neutral and this is the first time you've watched a game like this in New South Wales, promotion, relegation. Finals football is great, but this is just a whole different vibe. Clinging on for survival. Bonnyrigg, after a tough season, but they finished strong. Prospect, a great season, finishing 2nd, which really deserves to go up, but they need to do it the hard way. Like we've seen 2 League 2 teams do it before. The League 2 teams are undefeated in this promotion relegation playoff. As Bonnyrigg win a throw in front of that little Prospect Ultras. I hate to say it though for the home team, they're definitely outnumbered because the Bonnyrigg fans have come out in force to cheer their team on. Expect another cannon of a throw. Beautiful one once again, just unable to find the white jersey. Looking to get it back in the danger zone as the drums start to ring. He's Bitter, does really well because the touch was heavy, but he felt the contact, went down straight away. And I have a feeling Kamada, the goal scorer, might look to become the provider from this free kick, I beg your pardon. In fact, it's going to be Bitter. Bitter to take the free kick for Bonnyrigg. Ball sent away to safety, and chance for him to show off his arm once again. If you're just joining us now, goals to Anthony Idahan, the former Bonnyrigg Jr., and Fumoto Kamada. Throw once again. Held up by Garang. Chance to cross the ball. It's a good one, but the header goes wide. Bonnyrigg fans now making plenty of noise there. On the bottom left of your screen, tucked away so you can't see them, but it's a great sight. They answered the call. I follow the club on Instagram, and he needs to run that last 5 games, which half saved them, got them to this spot now. They sent out the war cry to their fans. They said, we need you, and the fans have definitely answered it. Scenes like what we saw last week at Inter Lions, galvanising the team. Ultimately stirring up a comeback. And it was 2 of those new signings that did the business. Here's another one. Here's the goal scorer, Kamada. Playing at left back today, but regularly played further forward not only Bonnyrigg but also his former club St George City. Terrorised fullbacks in the New South Wales NPL, the top tier, looking to keep his team in the second tier. Throw looking for Bitter, huge boost getting him back. Hirose, they may have hit his hand. The referee didn't see it. Flicked on there, that time by Sana. He's the former Bonnyrigg player there, dispossessed. Looking for some space on that right-hand side. Lovely tackle. Beautiful build-up here. May have been offside there, Sana, but flag stayed down and a chance here for Prospect to break. Musa Sana, another one of those goal scorers last week. Awesome career as well, which I'll run through maybe next time he's on the ball. Very even at the moment, although Bonnyrigg enjoying a share of the ball, looking slightly more likely as Hirose there was pressed by Bitter. And now they're looking to go forward like they did on that left-hand side for the opening goal. Hold it up there for the cross, and it flows over the goal and everyone's head, and it took a touch though. May have why it looped up so much, and chance here, first Prospect corner of the game. Both these teams been effective from corners this season. Will it be the home team to hit back after taking the lead? Ball floated in. It's a decent ball as well. Strong header away. Danger not over yet though. Try to send it back in. Falls here for Hirose. We've seen some beautiful goals tonight. That one would have beaten them all, but dragged wide and out now for a goal kick. Turnbull to get us back underway. He was, of course, former teammates with Josh Simmons. Won an NPL title with one half of the Simmons brothers back in 2019. Of course, the other Simmons brother was the hero of that grand final back in 2019, drawing the match winner, man of the match performance. Here is Bitter. Touch looked like it might get away from him, but he did well. Swung out wide to Kamada. Lovely step over, and he does brilliantly to win the free kick. Fumoto Kamada, and with yellow card shown as well. No surprises there. Kamada looking dangerous now. Kamada wins the free kick. Tom Rupido was shown the yellow card there. Right in front, those Bonnyrigg fans were making plenty of noise, and they almost had reason to make more noise, but the header over the bar. Lovely ball there. Hung up perfectly at the back post, and it's going to be a good battle now, and a very interesting one to keep your eye on. Tom Rupido, mid-season signing from the Inner West Hawks for Prospect, on a yellow card now, having to deal with that lethal left side of Bonnyrigg, Bitter and Kamada. That is double trouble if you're a defender having to deal with the top goal scorer playing on the left-hand side and this man, a left-back who really is a left winger, terrorising you down your side. So handful there for the prospect right back. And they look like they're going to go down that side once again. And Kamada. Bitan, the final pass. And it's just slightly off there, but Bonnyrigg getting better and better the longer this game goes on. Pressing once again and almost forcing an error. Fortuitous there for prospect that it took a Bono touch last. Cerecero to link up with Bita on a number of occasions. Just that final pass has been off, but the warning signs are there. Kamada. Here's Cerecero, and he wins his team a free kick. Throw, beg your pardon. I have free kick on my brain because, of course, the man in that throw scored an absolute worldie. His team back into the game after Anthony Ederhen, who was an inclusion into the starting team, a big inclusion because, of course, him and Praneet Singh have banged in goals this season for Prospect. A big reason why they finished the season second, back into the starting team against his former club. He's the other top goal scorer, Sin there. And switched out wide. Might it open up here? It does for Vlachos, and his shot was always rising and it goes over the bar, but nice response there from the home team. Get the back underway. Strong header. And here is Garang. He'd be a handful to mark. I tell you what, he wouldn't look out of place on the AFL field just down the road or even rugby league field next door. He is a giant. Here he is on the ball once again. Very technical though. Not your stereotypical Peter Crouch big man. He definitely has techers, that's for sure. To go long once again, and that one was dealt with. Now the game's just settling into the pattern that maybe we expected coming into this one, which is Bonnyrigg going to enjoy a majority of the ball. And just as I say that, I put the commentator's curse on them because they misplaced the pass, but Bonnyrigg enjoy a majority of the ball. Just be happy to sit back and just make their chances count. Koskri. Lovely ball and a beautiful turn. He's down a player there, and now they switch it out to that trusty left-hand side. Kamada cuts in. There's space there for Bitter. So cuts in on his right foot, looks for the cross, but comfortably dealt with. Kamada then was taken, it looked like, fouled by Cavallero. He thought he was. No foul, but they get the next best result, which is a corner. It's going to be Bradley Bartels to take it. No, it's actually, beg your pardon, a throw right on the edge of that corner flag. Tried to flick it on, it falls back out to Bartels, who's happy to see that one out for. I'm confident this time that one is a corner. Bitar to take the corner. This game in the balance at the moment. Two fantastic goals. Will we see a third from the corner? Big shout for keeper, and the most conventional or the convincing way to win a goal kick, but they get it nevertheless. Turn leg of the second leg will be played slightly earlier. This game fixture, the venue was changed. The time was also slightly moved back. Next week, 5 o'clock. Bonnyrigg Sports Club. Kamada there just hesitated slightly, and that was nice work from Cavallero to just put the goal scorer under pressure. Nice throw there, and Roberts tries to flick it on. Kamada now attempting to add a little bit of GST as see Simmons there remonstrating with someone. His hands were flying there. Cooper Koskri, he was getting very animated. This is a huge game. You can set the tone here with a win. They bring it back home. And you've seen the support they got tonight. I can only imagine what the scenes at Bonnyrigg will look like next week for the second leg. Plenty of football, though, to be played here. Score is 1 each. Ball just bounced off Bartels, and chance here now for Prospect to have a rare venture forward. Roberts. Scott Bitter out wide. He was trying to find him, but, well, intercepted here, and now Bonnyrigg with a chance. It's Birang who made the interception. Lovely feet by Cavallero. Haven't seen too much of him so far with the ball at his feet. He's done plenty of pressing, and he's tried to work his way back into this game, but he's had to feed off scraps at the moment. Sometimes those scraps is all you need, and that's what we saw. With that opening goal. But since then, Bonnyrigg responded well. Scored an absolute worldie of a free kick, and you have to say, have been the better team in this first half. However, the score is 1-1. Sent long. That time, Bartel's getting up there. Up against Luka Dunos. Two former teammates there going shoulder to shoulder. Here is the ex-Bonnyrigg man once again. The ball pinched from him, and now a chance for Simmons. Lovely feet. There from one of Apia's former favourite sons. Garang just makes a nuisance of himself, but beautiful work. And a foul here for Prospect, so they get a way out because that press was relentless, but a chance for them. And that one almost fell to the feet of Garang. His dib. They do look good going down that left-hand side, but well defended by Suna, and now a chance to break. Lovely dancing and weaving, and a huge tackle there right in front of the Prospect fans and both benches, and the yellow card shown straight away. No surprises there. Looking for passage into League One. It was a crazy season of League One football. Build-up play here. And the cross. Intercepted there by Bartels. Chance to break now. Gurang holds it up brilliantly off his chest and then his head, but getting back there was Dib. Great tackle. Say League One is the best league in the NPL because, of course, you have promotion and relegation. UNSW ended up winning the championship, the culmination of a crazy run. They went from State League to the top tier in 5 years. Prospect, we're going to do something fairly similar. They were also playing in the same tier in 2020, looking to make the best league in the NPL, like I said. Bonnyrigg, though, looking to shatter those dreams. Giving the Avala boys, as I've been told, Bonnyrigg Ultras are called, something to cheer about. And that one dealt with, it nearly goes in and hits the top of the crossbar. Wow. Looping header. Keeper backtracking, and it almost goes in, and Bonnyrigg nearly hit back straight away. Should say a little 1-2 blow. Go long. Bonnyrigg really starting to turn the screws now. Just as I say that, I put the commentator's curse on them because they go long once again. And it's Singh, yet to see Praneet Singh get into the game. It's a lovely ball and well dealt with by Turnbull. Man, veteran at the back there, back into the starting lineup. This promotion relegation playoff. He goes long. I mentioned that the race at the top of League One was crazy. It was equally as crazy at the bottom as well, particularly because Bonnyrigg looked gone. They were toast. From round 6 to round 25, they went winless. And usually a run like that spells, I don't know what good evening, how to say good evening in Serbian. I might ask Nicola Pozda, but in Italian it's buonanotte. Nicola, if you're watching, maybe you can shoot me a message. How do you say goodbye in Serbian? Because that is what I think people in League One were thinking after Bonnyrigg's run. But they turned it around. Huge mid-season signings, which we're seeing tonight. One of them, this man right here, Moto Kamada, huge addition from St. George City, is making the difference. Here's another one, Cooper Koskri. They go long at time. It might sit up for Suno. It skids out for a throw. And you think historic, great Australian football clubs, you think the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. You only have to look to last night, the Socceroos game. Captain of the Socceroos that night, Milos Deganek, was Bonnyrigg Junior. Foul given away here. Josh Simmons, who's been involved in plenty, he's also in a feisty mood. Doesn't want a relegation on his spotless resume. And that is the beauty of this type of game. You see how much it means. We saw the scenes last week, UNSW clinching the league. The absolute pandemonium at the Village Green, which 5 years ago didn't even exist. This is a different set of absolute scenes because you're getting the agony and ecstasy, which is what makes football so good. That one, yeah, just a bit of a miscommunication, and it brought Luka Dunos into play, and the ex-Bonnyrigg White Eagle forcing a corner. We've already seen one ex-Bonnyrigg player influence this game. Almost saw another. Chance here for Prospect, who absorbed a lot of pressure, done a lot of defending. And scored plenty of goals this season from corners. Can they do it again? It was always going to be a tough one. Backpedaling and sent away now. Trying to get it back in the mix was Rupido, who I have to say, after getting carded, has done a pretty good job. They haven't gone down his side too often. Garang makes himself a nuisance, ends up with it, and the foul is called. I got a little bit excited there, and well, they say time flies when you're having fun. That is the end of a fascinating first half here. We are a quarter of the way through this promotion relegation playoff. First half of the first leg is done. Anthony Ederhan gave the home team the lead, the ex-Bono Jr. But then it was Fumoto Kamada, who's been the hero in Bonnyrigg's late charge to survival. Beautiful free kick, which I'm sure you're going to see replayed across many social media platforms. They then hit the crossbar right before halftime, but a huge 45 minutes coming up on the other side of this halftime break. So if you're going to get a drink or a coffee, make sure it's an espresso. And if you have to go to the toilet, make sure it's a number one, because we'll be back soon. All right, I hope you got your coffee, your water, chavapi, everything you need, planted it in front of your seat for the next 45 minutes because you do not want to move. That 45 minutes was just an exhibition of why this format is so good. The promotion relegation playoff in our third installment of it. League 2 team has won on both occasions, but League 1 Bonnyrigg White Eagles looking to avoid being dropped to the third tier for the first time in their history. Responded well after one of their ex-juniors, Anthony Edehen, scored the opening goal. Fumoto Kamada's absolute stunner of a free kick has us poised for a fantastic final 45 in this second leg, which is about to get underway. Praneet Singh done a pretty good job containing Prospect's top goal scorers. Let's see if Prospect can head to Bono with something. They take a draw, but a win would be huge, particularly when you think it's the beauty of two-leg football, as Gadunos does well. He's running in behind there. Oh, maybe that pass. They ended up playing the safe option. Here's Dimos Vlachos. Bit of space out here for the cross if they can stop it from going out in this pretty slick AstroTurf. The beauty of two-leg football, and it is at absolute scenes over 180 minutes, but also the variables of two very different football grounds. And I think the smaller pitch here, at home of the Blacktown Spartans, which isn't Prospect's usual home ground, but it's where they're playing at home tonight, probably suits them a little bit more, because you're probably going to see a very different second leg at Bonnyrigg's home ground, which is one of, if not the biggest fields in all of the NPL. Grass pitch as well. This one's AstroTurf. Did that one go out? Yes, it did. Just tuning in now. You've been busy on this Saturday night here in New South Wales. Spring has been well and truly springing, although a little bit chilly tonight out here in the west of Sydney. Up there, the familiar sight, looking for Abiyor Garang. Bitter holds it up. There for Kamada. Him and Bitter have been doing a 2-on-1 handicap match there on Tom Rupido, the Prospect right back, who's done a good job having to deal with playing a majority of this game on a yellow card, and it's a free kick here for Bonnyrigg. The Avala boys were making some noise. That gorgeous free kick from Fumoto Kamada. Him and Bitter stand over this ball. Is it off for Bitter? It's a decent ball, but as far as Bartels, who's dispossessed by Luka Dunos. Wouldn't he love to make an impact and follow in the footsteps of Anthony Edehen? But, of course, even more recently, moved mid-season. Plenty of traffic coming into the Bonnyrigg Sports Club, but players went the other way as well. He was one of them, and great kick there from Rowan Fisher, who had his hands full, dished out a few cards. Here is Rupido. Goes long, looking for Cavallero, who's particularly after Edehen went off. That front three has had to feed off scraps. You haven't seen Praneet Singh in a goal-scoring opportunity yet. They're looking for Hirose, and they're going to get a corner here, Prospect. So a chance for them to show their danger from set pieces, which we've seen throughout this season. Haven't seen it tonight yet. Plenty of Tall timber back there for Bonnyrigg. Maybe your Garang. Josh Simmons back there as well. It's a beautiful ball, and it gets through a sea of bodies, and it's saved by Turnbull, the veteran goalkeeper, thrown into action early. That would have been a goalkeeper's nightmare because there were bodies everywhere, but somehow that ball managed to part them like the Red Sea. It's gone the other way now, though. Garang. Beautiful ball. Here is Bitter, the Bonnyrigg top goal scorer, and it just goes wide. Huge chance there, and Daniel Bitter has been in goal-scoring form this season, back into the starting lineup, and he almost got back amongst the goals as well. So we've seen 2 near goals within 45 seconds, and just like was the case in the first half, this second has come to life and started with a bang. Low, absolute fizzer. And by fizzer, I mean it was skidding, not that it was terrible, but interesting goal kick there. Singh stands out in his fluorescent green boots. That is what I call a commentator's dream, and the flag was up. That's what I call a defender's dream. There's a let off there. It's going to be only Bartels to get us back underway. One of the last remaining members from that 2023 Bonnyrigg side, which had promotion in their hands heading into the last 3 games of the season, where they were first, ended up losing all 3 and missing out on promotion altogether. As Garang holds the ball up once again, plays it out wide to Bartels. His attempted cross was low and easily dealt with. Singh. You can tell he's really trying to make an influence in this second half after, by his standards, a quiet first. Roberts, one just skipped past, and it goes out for a Bonnyrigg throw anyway. But Bonnyrigg have felt the hangover of that heartbreaking promotion miss a couple seasons ago. To put into work how heartbreaking is Vidic and Suna, who is one of a couple of players on the field who is on a yellow card. Just to put into words how heartbreaking that 2023 promotion miss was. They were 1 point above Hills as a cross there. Might fall here for Bitter, and the ricochet almost landed in the feet of Garang. Still here with Bonnyrigg though. And they do just enough. Hirose got back there, and it is going to be a Bonnyrigg throw. I'll park that story momentarily. Bradley Bartels has seen plenty of the ball going forward, and he's also an outlet from throws like this. Another good one, looping throw. Might still fall here on the ricochet. It does. Bitter, unable to get that through the sea of bodies. Suna holds it up. Garang. Nice feet and strength from the big striker, but then Vlakos gets back there. Luka Dunos. This is a chance here. If they can find Cavallero getting back there in the nick of time. Beautiful defending. It was Kamada who's done it all at both ends of the field. Scored an absolute worldie and getting back there, saving the day. And we haven't seen Bonnyrigg exposed on the counter-attack like they almost were there too often this game. It's been a slow and alarming decline since that 2023 season, and they went into the final 3 games 1 point clear of Hills and 7 points clear of St. George. Ended up losing their last 3 games, missing out on first place to Hills. Big collision there with Vidic and Vlachos. That's left Tristan Vidic a little bit worse for wear here. Those are two great heads of hair going at it there, Vidic and Vlachos. Two great surnames as well. Prospect get us back underway. Both players okay, which is good to see. Vlachos was hounded that time by Suna. Here's Rio Hirose. Yeah, since missing out on that promotion in 2023, last season was, by this club's high standards, a season to forget. And this season plunged even further. But there was life at the end of the year with the run that they put on, only losing 2 games in their last 10, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. Gudunos has been busy trying to make an impact. He was looking for a teammate there, and up the other end now, Bonnyrigg looked to counter. Garang does well trying to get around the defender, but brilliant defending there, and then does well to win the foul as well, which gets the approval of the home fans there. Lovely work from Volchik. And he has his hands full going up against maybe your Garang, but he did well, didn't get turned, won the ball, and then won the foul as well. Rose. Here is Volchik. Volchik's got Hirose making the run. The pass was just slightly behind him, and Vidic, who's shaken off that earlier challenge, was there with the clearance. Hirose once again. Singh drifting out wide. They go long looking. That header caught the top of Bartel's head, and it falls for Hirose. He's got Lukadunos in the middle. He finds him eventually. He lays it off, and he lays it off to Ruperto, and the attack had fizzled out before then, and his shot was skewed and picked up by Turnbull. Near room to turn here for Roberts. Suna. Cerecedo's continued his run. Here is Sebastian Cerecedo, floats it into the back post, but it's over Bitter's head and goes out for a goal kick. We're almost at the hour mark. Both teams scoring fantastic goals in the first half. Both teams coming close to taking the lead in the second. Those chances happen within 45 seconds of each other. Bonnyrigg responded well to going down behind, and have controlled majority of the possession and looked more likely since. Here's Vidic. He hit the crossbar. A looping header, which didn't look dangerous until in a split second it looked like it was almost going to drop in, and Bonnyrigg going to get ready to make a change. They're going to make a double. No, just the one change. So player taking the throw there. Kamada threw me off. It's going to be Daniel Bitter who comes off. Their top goal scorer back into the team after a few weeks out, maybe still just not up to 100% match fitness. Still looked good though. Almost got the lead here. Now they look to take it, and it's Garang's shot which stings the palms there of the goalkeeper, and Alex Zečević who's come on to replace Luke Bitter. So Bitter off, Zečević on. Chance here now for Suna for the cross, and it just goes behind Garang. Still here though with Bonnyrigg. Roberts Simmons been pulling the strings in the middle of the field. Patient build-up play, but then that touch was the one that let them down for Bonnyrigg, and Prospect just happy to send that one away. Alex Zečević, a host of youngsters that Bonnyrigg have coming up through the ranks. Chance here once again as they break forward. Garang, the angle might be tight. Keeper did well, and then it's cleared off the line. I don't know how much the defender knew about that one. It seemed to just ricochet off his body. It was Volchik, who's been immense in this second half. Lovely work there by Suna. He was looking for Bartels, and the pass was misplaced, but that was because he got a little tug, and the Avala boys, Bonnyrigg Ultras, love that passage of play from their team. Bonnyrigg also dangerous from set pieces this season. Will this one break the deadlock? It's going to be Kamada to take it. Seen him score a worldie of a free kick. Can he be the provider this time? Because the angle looks too acute. Floats it into the back post. It's a good ball. Strong header away, but Koskri's there for the second attempt. It was a decent cross as well. Vlachos heads it away and did a good job there to swarm on Suna, and now looking for a way out. Strong tackle, no foul, says the ref. It takes a little deflection, which I thought maybe could have caused the keeper problems, but it didn't. Nice passage of play there from Musa Suna. Ex-PSV Eindhoven youth, also Dutch youth international as well. Lovely work from Luka Dunos to ride the challenge there, got the advantage, and beautiful work from Kamada to see it out for a goal kick. Turnbull was also there in 2023. He's tasted the agony of missing out on promotion, but the pain of this club getting relegated to the third tier for the first time in their history is unimaginable for a club the stature of the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. They were looking for Zečević that time. Bartels miskicks that one. The home fans were amused, and it leads to a corner. Beg your pardon, that was Cooper Koskri. Rare blemish from the Bonnyrigg backline, which has been, apart from the opening goal, pretty spotless so far. They've been rock solid, but they have to defend this corner. Both these teams are threats from corners. Haven't seen it yet. Will a corner break the deadlock? It's a looping one, and it's one of those corners that is an absolute coach killer if you're going Camilleri, and that is a let-off for Bonnyrigg. And I mentioned UNSW earlier because, of course, this is for status in the competition that they just won. Prospect looking to emulate a similar run to that of the students. They also, like the League One champions, were playing in the fourth tier in 2020. Narrowly missed out on promotion in 2022. Floated in mid-table since. Now given away there by Roberts. Nothing but a talking to for the ex-MacArthur Ram, and players make up, I think. Game, feisty game, but hasn't boiled over, which is great to see. the added element of the fans that have turned out in numbers as they go long that time. Croskery lets it go over his head, and Vidic goes safety first and sends that one out for a corner. Now let's bring in the Prospect fans into this one. The home team take the corner quickly. May have caught Bonnyrigg off guard momentarily, but Vidic stands out with that ponytail that was bouncing as he heads it away, and then Garang does well, and the Prospect players not happy with that one. Dimos Vlachos was one of them, and Roberts, your pardon, Turnbull looking for Roberts. Garang finds a bit of space in behind. Maybe your Garang needs to hold it up, and he does from a tight angle, and almost creeping it into the near post. Mabior Garang has had a performance that you would love from your striker so far. He's held the ball up, he's taken defenders on, gotten in behind as well. As I said in the first half, he is not your stereotypical big man. It's no surprise that he's played for some big teams, a stint MacArthur Bulls, Bankstown City, and the club that he joined from, the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Vlachos deals with another darter of a goal kick. Sana does well. Cerecedo does even better. Nice clean feet. The ex-St. George midfielder. Hiroses definitely looked the most lively. A lot of Prospects players come through their little central midfielder. Here he is once again. Crafty player, as we've seen in this first leg. And just a reminder, you're unfamiliar to these two legs to decide who will play in League One next season. Singh holds the ball up. He's had to work off scraps. Luka Dunos has been full of energy, but he's possessed that time by Cerecedo. They were looking for Zečević, but well dealt with there by Rupido, who I have to say, since picking up a yellow card, has done a very good job, and a lot of their players actually drifted now to the right-hand side in this second half here. Prospect come, slightly heavy touch there, and Sana does brilliantly to keep it in and find the teammate instead of just hoofing that into my commentary box. Here's Cerecedo, holds it up for Sana, and Volchik has been absolutely immense. Goes long that time looking for his number 10 or his top goal scorer. Here is the top goal scorer, Singh. Swings it for Rupido. Vlachos. Managed to find the cross, but it was easy pickings there for Croskery, and now a chance for Bonnyrigg to play out. They keep the ball on the deck, and that ball is intercepted. Lovely work there, and bursting forward and winning the foul and earning a spot in the referee's book eventually. Bit of a delay here to the yellow card. It's a fate that is sealed, though. It's waiting for him, that card from referees. Had his hands full, but done a good job in this game so far. And Simmons has stayed down. A couple players down, actually, for Bonnyrigg. Roberts, another one. I think Roberts might just be a case of, could be cramp. Now, this would be a rough blow. This would be a disaster. No other way to put it for Bonnyrigg. Prospect Ultras, I don't know what they're called. Bonnyrigg Ultras, the Avala boys. They've been making noise all night, but the Prospect Ultras starting to warm into this game. Players stayed down here. Believe, my eyes are getting worse with my age, but that's Josh Simmons down there. Gave away the foul, and he's got the double whammy of, if he does make his way to his feet, which we hope he's okay, he's got a yellow card waiting for him. There is that yellow card for Josh Simmons. The big move from Apia, part of their title-winning team in 2019 and 2023. He's been at the heart and soul of this revival. I think maybe he has to go through that, I hope, that he has to go through that silly football ritual where they have to walk off and then walk back on again. That would be a big, big blow. We've already seen Anthony Edehen, the goal scorer for Prospect, come off injured. I think Simmons is okay, which is great news, but Bonnyrigg momentarily down to 10. Bit of an anticlimax, that free kick. And the slightly underhit pass, and Volchik, who has been perfect in this second half, deals with that one once again. Sana's also been very good. As I said, felt like Bonnyrigg almost went exclusively down that left-hand side. Volchik, you guessed it, with the interception once again in the first half, and then in the second half they've swapped. Bitter came off as well in the second half, and they're going to hold onto this throw just a little bit longer to allow Tristan Vidic to get up there. And they throw it in his direction, but headed away by, you guessed it, Volchik again, who I had $1 every time I said that name tonight. I'd be a rich man because he has been everywhere. Cavallero has to be careful. He pushed out there. And here he is on the ball. Beautiful stuff there by the Prospect number 10, and a great block as well. Prospect enjoying a nice little passage of play. They're starting to work their way into this game. There was a period where it felt like they were just running side to side, almost doing doggies up and down the field, but they're starting to grow into this second half, and so are their home support. About 20 minutes to go here, plenty of time for either team to grab a winner, and I have a feeling Vidic, well, I thought he talked his way into referee's book, but he talked his way into a last warning. Referee's in a good mood. And we're going to get another change here for Bonnyrigg. So Nicola Krilia coming on for the White Eagles. Another player that's Bonnyrigg through and through. I've been told that he's very superstitious. Apparently he likes to put his shin pads on twice. So I'm sure he did that tonight. Can he be the lucky charm? This second half for the White Eagles as they look to return home in the box seat. As it stands, we are even. That one looked like it hit Zechovic's hand, played on those Sings. Had any space in that final third to show us what he can do, and that is score goals. They go long for Garang once again. Dib does well. He then tuggles and then spears Garang to the ground, but the foul goes the other way. Well, both players were tugging and collapsed at the same time. It looked, though, like maybe Prospect defender grabbed a handful of Garang's jersey first, but referee had a better view of it than me, pointed the other way. Long, looking for Singh, and Bartels sends that one away. Intercepted there, and winning the foul was Krilia, who's just come on. Turnbull, the veteran, has done and seen it all. Tried to add a bit of GST onto that one. Referee wasn't having a bar of it. Turnbull gets us back underway. Goes long in the direction of Robertson Zečević. And here is slightly under-hit pass. Bartels did really well to get there first. Played it to Krilio's touch was a little bit heavy. Vidic intercepts. It's also been good. Tristan Vidic. Been a threat from set pieces as well, almost. Very awkward header that almost looped onto the bar. In terms of second half chances, Prospect had one, and then 45 seconds later, Daniel Bitter was in on goal. Slightly acute angle. The Bonnyrigg top goal scorer was the good save, and that's been the closest we've come to seeing a third goal in this match in the second half. Bonnyrigg and Prospect locked at 1 each in the first leg of this promotion relegation playoff. Bonnyrigg looking to buck the trend of League 2 teams pulling off the upset. League 2 teams in the two previous Pro-Rel playoffs, 2 from 2. Tussle there, Singh. Lovely work. Here's Bartels. Has some space to find the cross, and he does. It takes a touch and goes out for a Bonnyrigg corner. Corner will be taken right in front of that pocket of Bonnyrigg fans. Will the Avala boys have something to sing about from this set piece as we head into the final 10 minutes of this game? Low corner, the best corner there. Danger not over yet though for Prospect. It is now. Singh tries to get there. Lovely work though from Sana, who's been everywhere in this second half. Gotten back defending. Seen a lot more ball down his right-hand side. Got about 13 minutes to go. And as I said in the first half, apologies, I'm not spot on with the time because I am right on top of the scoreboard here, which reads 1-1 between Prospect and Bonnyrigg. Of course, a club with the size of the White Eagles, it's very easy for most of the topic of this game to be about them, chatting about them, trying to avoid being dropped to League 3 for the first time in their history, but you can't ignore the job that Darren Camilleri has done with this Prospect team as Cavallero battling there with Kamada, and Kamada showing off his football smarts there. We've seen him do a little bit of everything. He's also done a lot of defending. He diffused a counter-attack, which, despite, I wouldn't say sitting back, but absorbing a lot of possession, he caught Bonnyrigg out on the counter too often, Prospect. Here comes Bartels once again. That one just skipped past Roberts, but falls here to Kamada. Decent ball for Garang, and Chick once again got there. Keeper drops it. It's still there. It's anyone's ball. It's an absolute dog's breakfast, and then the whistle comes to save. Prospect, the keeper was collateral damage there. And that ball was fizzing around like a pinball machine. It almost fell, but by the time they were attempting a shot on the ricochet, the whistle had gone. The keeper has stayed down here for Prospect. So while he receives treatment, gives me a chance to give you a quick summary of what's happened so far. Bonnyrigg youngster, Anthony Ederhen, scored against his former club. Beautiful move down the left-hand side and a lovely finish. Nothing Turnbull could do in the Bonnyrigg goals as he watched it curl into the bottom corner. And Ederhen ended up coming off injured, and Bonnyrigg would respond with an absolute beauty of a free kick from Fumoto Kamada. And collision must have been a bad one, because Prospect signalling to the bench to make a change. Another change that they wouldn't have wanted to make was to take off their goal scorer, and now it looks like their goalkeeper as well. Big blow, not only for this game, but also the second leg in a week's time if they were to miss both their goalkeeper and one of two goal-scoring threats. Anthony Ederhen. Haven't seen Praneet Singh really with any clear-cut goal-scoring chances yet. Still plenty of time, and Bonnyrigg became the kings in the last 6 weeks of the season at scoring late goals, a late equaliser at Canterbury, and then the latest of late winners against Rydalmere. And that's the difference. Those 3 points was the difference between them and Mounties at the bottom. So, a double injury blow here for Prospect. First, lost their goal scorer. Now, forced to make a goalkeeper change as well. Not an enviable position for a goalkeeper to enter a game. He's sitting on the bench. It's windy and cold. Being thrown on with 10 minutes to go. Going to get a drop ball to restart play. Going to get a nice chunk of added time as well. So we're into the last 10 minutes, but we've just had a big delay because of the injury. Now back underway. Will Bonnyrigg steal it once again? Drop ball looking for Garang. Roberts was looking for Garang that time. Here come Prospect. Luka Dunos. Lovely step over and finds Vlakos. Vlakos. Heavy collision there with Koskri. Referee waved it away. His kick there from Dib, who then uses his head and then plays safety first and sends it out for a corner. Another chance from a corner for Bonnyrigg. White Eagles had their wings clipped all season, but looking to soar again and stay in League One. Kamada to take the corner. His wand of a left foot was on display in the first half. Can it work its magic again and be the provider this time? Decent ball hung into the near post. Did that cross the line? No, says the referee. Big drama in this game. I couldn't tell from my angle, but rough moment for the substitute goalkeeper. Thrown on and then thrown into the fire. Big moment in this second half. Bonnyrigg thought they had another late goal as there's a player down here for Prospect. And that just gives us a chance to catch our breath a little bit and just process what happened. So poor old Zach Northey, who replaced Brendan Allen, who came off injured, and his first involvement is dealing with a congested penalty area that was more packed than a line to the Coogee Pavilion. Poor Zach Northey had players all over him like a cheap suit. Managed to get a mitt on it. But it looked... Well, the Bonnyrigg players thought it crossed the line. I'm not going to say it did or it didn't. After the game, I'll have to scrub back on our YouTube and see what happened. But Bonnyrigg were adamant. Their fans behind the goal were adamant that it crossed the line. And Zach Northey, that is, to use a cliche line, that was a baptism of fire for the backup goalkeeper. And injury worries here for the home team, and now they have this to worry about. They go long looking for Garang, who's done a great job all night. Holds the ball up this time, taking on defenders. For the step over, trying to get around Dib, puts it through his legs, but then the backup was there. Koskri keeps it in. No, he doesn't. He was looking for Zečević, and it's going to be another change here for Prospect. This time, thankfully for their manager, Darren Camilleri, not an injury-forced one. So Andre Cavallero, who comes off, and who made the move from Nepean, a team that know this promotion relegation playoff well. They're in the last two. And if the result stays this way, it looks like we're going to get a similar result to what we saw in the promotion relegation playoff between first and the second tier, the Mariners and SD Raiders. And that is a draw. Not unless one of these teams can win it. A couple of lays there for the fans. It's Lachlan Cremona who's come on for Cavallero. My apologies for not keeping you up to speed there. I'm still processing that absolute skerfuffle that happened from the corner. Lockie Cremona, a prolific goal scorer for Prospects under 20s. He's got 14 goals for the 20s this season, working his way into the first grade team. He's got one goal. They would love a second, but they're going to have to defend this free kick. Turnbull made a good save to a sea of bodies early in this second half, but apart from that, hasn't had too much to do. It's been probably the match script we would have expected heading into this game. And that's the League One team doing most of the attacking, enjoying the majority of the ball. Prospect having to work off scraps, and it converted that chance in the first half. Came close in the second, and chance to break once again. You have to give Mabior Garang his flowers, because he is working up there like a lone wolf, and he gives away the foul that time, but very physical, also very technical as well. This game is on a knife's edge. Both sets of fans, it's just a nervous hush that's descended over the Blacktown sports field here. Hirose has been busy in the middle of the field, as this man here, Dimos Vlachos. Vlachos, former Mountie there. Bonnyrigg looking to avoid the same fate as Mounties. Turnbull gets us back underway. He knows what this club is all about. It's a great football club, founded in 1968. All they've done since then is win trophies and produce Socceroos, but they've fallen on hard times in the last couple seasons. Looking to fight back, and the White Eagles looking to soar again. That's a foul here, though, for Prospect. You know what, these 90 minutes has absolutely flown by. Fascinating first leg in this chess match of a two-legged promotion relegation playoff. We'll be back for the second leg next week at Bonnyrigg. Will we be heading there all square? Or does this game have one more dramatic final chapter? Lovely 1-2 there from Vlachos, and then the cross floats over the bar. Now we're into added time now. My apologies. Fourth official doesn't have a board, so I've had to make out the subs on my own with my frail eyes that get worse the older I get, and I also don't know how much added time we have, but we should have a large chunk of it because of the injury stoppage. Here's Singh, beautiful feet. Krilia did enough just to take the fizz of it. Hirose, decent ball, brings Turnbull off his line, and it's an assured punch away. And the ex-Apia man, Turnbull, hasn't had too much to do, as I mentioned earlier, but when called upon, has done his job, which is the KPI of a great goalkeeper. He might be called into action once again. It's a cross, but it goes over the head of everyone, and Sana takes on Hirose. Brilliant work there from Musa Sana. It was a nervy moment there when maybe Route 1 was the safer option, but now it's a chance to break. Roberts, strong tackle by Volchik once again, who, I don't do the 3-2-1, but he would be a huge shout for the 3. The Prospect centre-back has been immense. And there he is making an interception once again. Fantastic work. Gabriel Volchik is the name of a centre-back. Will Bonnyrigg provide more late drama? Or will the hosts give them a taste of their own medicine? It's the host venturing forward at the moment. Chance to cross here. Do well to make something of it because it was an awkward angle. Lovely turn, but getting back there. And ends up ricocheting off the head and trickling out for a goal kick. We're in last chance territory. Nothing to split these teams. After 90 minutes, we are in stoppage time. They traded great goals in the first half. Will we see a decisive third? Will a team take a lead to Bonnyrigg next Saturday? And that is going to be a Prospect throw. To give it to the home team. They found another gear when it looked like Bonnyrigg, particularly after how they ended the first half, looked like maybe class and experience was going to shine through, but here they come, right on cue. Garang was definitely fouled, and it is a penalty. More Bonnyrigg late drama. Can you believe it? Sends the Avala boys into dreamland. Mabior Garang, who has been fantastic today, holding the ball up, working off scraps as the lone wolf up front, wins the penalty, and he's going to step up to take it as well. And wow, what drama we have here, because we've got Mabior Garang to take the penalty that he won, coming up against Zach Northey, who 15 minutes ago was sitting on the bench. Not expecting to get thrown into the Lions den. Now, he is thrown into the biggest moment of the game and the biggest moment of both these teams' seasons. It's Mabior Garang for Bonnyrigg. The gamesmanship here from Prospect. They're not happy with the positioning of the ball. Look at the Bonnyrigg fans behind the goal. Beautiful scenes. They've been making noise all night. Will they be partying into the night and taking a first leg lead back home? It's Garang who won the penalty against Northey. The backup goalkeeper thrust into action. It's Mabior Garang! Bonnyrigg, the late goal kings once again will take a lead back home. The great Bonnyrigg White Eagles do not want to go down. You can't keep the White Eagles' wings clipped forever. And they have produced more late drama, just like they did at home to Rydalmere, just like they did away at Canterbury. The White Eagles saw late, and it looks like they're going to return home with a lead. What beautiful scenes that was. This is football in its purest sense. Agony for the home team. Ecstasy for Bonnyrigg. Jubilation for the Avala boys behind the goal. Could be last chance here as the whistles ring out. Garang, I said he has just worked off everything he's got. Holds the ball up, rolling defenders. Managed to get around Volchik that time. Plays the 1-2, similar position to where he won the penalty, but he doesn't hold the ball that time. There's a coming together there of bodies and a Prospect free kick. We've already got late drama. This would be another level of late drama. Sent long. Vidic, who's been superb. Last chance. Luka Dunos. We've already seen one ex-Bonnyrigg player on the score sheet today. Will we see another? Luka Dunos battling with Suna, who has been immense. Singh! Turnbull, we're going to get a Prospect free kick. Can you believe it? Almost identical position to where Kamada curled in his free kick in the first half. Can Prospect return the favour? Praneet Singh. 15 goals this season. He stands over the free kick. It's Cremona and Singh. Stand over. This could be the final chapter of a brilliant 90 minutes of playoff football. Will we get another dose of drama? It's Singh! From my angle, it looked like it was in, and that was the final moment of this captivating first leg. Bonnyrigg White Eagles. They were gone 2 months ago. They were finished. They were going to Tier 3 for the first time in their history. But they found something. The club, they called their fans. They said, we need the 12th man. They rallied. They won 4 of their last 5 to put themselves in this position, a promotion, relegation, playoff. And it looked like we were destined to head to Bonnyrigg next Saturday with the score at 1-1. That was until Mabior Garang, mid-season signing from Mount Druitt, won a penalty. He then slotted it. And that is where we stand after a sensational, and I'm going to use the most overused word in football, unbelievable 90 minutes. Anthony Ederhen made the dream start for the home team, scoring against his former club, Fumoto Kamada. Then, with one of the goals of the season from a free kick to draw level, we were headed to a draw. Garang's penalty was the difference. We'll be back for this second leg next Saturday at 5 p.m. at Bonnyrigg. And the White Eagles will take a 2-1 lead into that second leg. The job is half done, but it's not over yet. We'll see you next time, guys, on behalf of everyone here at Football New South Wales. Hope you have a lovely night and a fantastic weekend. We'll see you soon.